you hiding here in the near clear blue?
He's been cited by IGN, The Quartering, Timcast, The Daily Wire, Bounding into Comics, and even Dr. Jordan B. Peterson.
What?
Hey, the Pro Show is on.
Awesome! Let's turn it on.
Guys? Where'd you go?
Morty, let's check in on Ryan Johnson's new trilogy.
Okay. I bypassed the compressor.
What did you do, Ray?
Son of a... That's gonna leave a mark.
Now, he was okay, after 6-7 weeks. Okay? They get over it. Kids are resilient like that.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It's the standard, what would George do?
I don't want you here.
So sorry, George. I didn't think it would go like this.
Fly, you fools!
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
Weird. Stay away from liquor, kids.
I have always liked Cowabunga.
Now that's more like it, Mr. Wayne.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
The Force will be with you. Always.
That's how winning is done.
I am vengeance. I am the night.
That's what she said.
I am Batman.
If I won tonight, I would come home and we'd celebrate. Well, I'm coming home, we're celebrating. God bless you all.
Watch your habits, for they become your character. And watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. What we think, we become.
It's scooping time.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in just 2 minutes, the lighting at the Magic Kingdom will dim for the performance of the Pro Show. We hope you enjoy and have a magical, truthful time. For the safety of others, please, no flash photography. And welcome to Provision 3D.
Alright, everyone, put on your opera glasses.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
You know that you've been taught the golden rule. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you.
Yes, Pa.
Autobots, roll out.
I'm bringing the party to you.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money?
Fortune and glory, kid. Fortune and glory.
Chicken jockey.
All right, it's time to go to school, son. Come on, get your hands up, man.
Are you okay?
You'll never take our freedom!
From the redwoods of California to the hills of Tennessee to the Rockies in the Sunshine State and Maine with that bright and shining sea. From coast to coast in North America, it's time for your host with the most, bringing you all the entertainment news that should be fun. Ladies and gentlemen, It's the WDW Pro Show! Here we go again on our... Oh, copyright. We can't do that. We can't sing that. Hello, folks, and welcome back. It's a special edition tonight of the Pro Show. We've got some of our favorite panelists here with us, Marvin Montanero and Michelle of Force of Light, joining us to tell you, is Wicked all right? Is it better? Is it worse? Is it woke? Should you feel nervous if you're asked to go see it? Folks, we're here to tell you whether or not you'll turn green like the Wicked Witch. All right, we've got a super chat goal out there, and we mean to hit it tonight because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You all voted on a brand new, fantabulous emoji, and we need to get that emoji out to you, but we can't send it out until we get 10 super chats of the $4.99 or higher variety. It's the one you voted for. It's the one that Vash fears. For those of you out there who don't know who Vash is, let's just say the man has had kidney stones longer than just about anybody I have ever known in my life.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Vash has had kidney stones longer than most rock quarries have had stones.
So yeah, it's been a heck of a week, folks. We've got lots to get to. We're going to get to it really fast. We get those super chats in, and let's unleash the emoji upon poor Vash. We've survived. Michelle, Marvin, we've survived an entire week of amazing. We went through Monday.
Well, it's Monday.
We went through Tuesday.
Let's take extra care to follow the instructions or you'll be put to sleep. And don't forget Taco Tuesday's coming next week.
We made it through Wednesday.
Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo! And ladies and gentlemen, we're here on a Thursday. Friday is just hours away. I don't care where you are on this planet. Some of you are already enjoying the Friday. So TGIF to everybody out there, may your weekend be filled with sizz. All right, well, let's get to the review. Folks, are you ready for it? Are you ready to find out, was this like Cats or did we have a good time? Let's get to what should we say? An honest review. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Marvin, you've went and seen Wicked. You've gone through it. How did you start, Marvin?
Not only did I see it, because my wife is a super fan, I took her today to the double feature. I sat through Wicked 1 and 2 in the theater today.
How many hours of Wicked is that?
Started at 11 a.m. and we got out. I didn't get home until around 5. So it was a lot of hours of Wicked.
A lot of Wicked.
Yeah.
You felt like you were in a bubble, like Ariana.
Yes, I was the boy in the bubble, and it was just as unmemorable as that song. Here's the thing. This movie, it is what happens when Hollywood runs out of source material, but still needs to stretch things because they're greedy.
Well, let's start off this way. Before we get into that, Marvin, and you're going in the direction that I thought you would go in, but let's do it this way. For all three of us, how did we rate the first Wicked before we get into the second one? Okay, Marvin?
I loved the first one.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what did you give it last time?
I think I gave it a solid 8.5.
Okay.
Like I really liked it.
I gave it a 9. Michelle, what did you give the first one?
Well, we go on a scale of 5, but if I'm doing to 10, I would have given it like a 9.
Okay, so 8.5, 9. That's a really, really good score. We don't give fantastic scores all the time, and that's in spite of the fact that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are exceedingly weird. Like, they make it hard to root for this movie, and yet the first one, we loved it. Marvin, I'm hearing from you that you felt this one was padded out. You felt like there wasn't a lot of story, but they had to make a second movie, so they made a second movie, and whatever it took, let's do it, right?
For those of you that have not seen the Broadway show, this is split at the act, Act 1 was the first movie. Act 2 is the second movie. Act 2 is much shorter. It's about half the length, and it has one memorable song, maybe 2.
I would put it this way, Marvin. Act 2 is really just Act 3 of a movie, like in the play. Like that's all that's left is the final act when you come back from the intermission.
You're right. It's the conclusion of the story. The problem was it doesn't have as many showstoppers as a lot of the songs in Act 2 are more mellow and ballady. This is a much darker movie than the first one, but the problem is that every time they run away from the source material, it's creative bankruptcy. And that includes the song that Cynthia Erivo wrote that was the most hackily inserted thing I've ever seen in my life. And they even took some moments from the Broadway show that I really like and just did them very poorly, I thought, which is not something that I could say about things in the first one. The first one was so like on point and kind of captured the spirit of the Broadway show. Whereas this one, things like, you know, and I'll get into more specifics as we go along, but the Wicked Witch of the East scene, As Long As You're Mine song, all of these emotional
As Long As Your Mine stood out to me.
It stood out to me, Michelle, because like the point of this is you're supposed to go from I'm Not That Girl reprise, right? Ariana is I'm not that girl. And then right away, it's supposed to hit the bum, 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 bum. Yep. And in the play, they're on their knees together and they're clutching at each other like Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande in a press interview. And because the point of the song is like, I can't believe I'm with you. Like I can't believe this is happening. And if I let go of you for 1 second, this moment might slip away and this might not be real. And we have to stay connected for that reason. This song starts with Cynthia Erivo walking away from him across the room. She is walking away, literally singing the lines, kiss me too fiercely, hold me tonight, hold me too tight. I need help believing I'm with you tonight, while she puts on a grandma sweater.
That was one of the worst parts of the movie, easily. We'll get into that in just a minute. Michelle, tell the people out there, though, because a lot of folks are going to say, okay, what I need to know about this is it woke? Like, if I go see this, is it going to be off-putting to me? Am I going to, is it as weird as these two act off screen? What do you think, Michelle? If you're advising a normie about how painful it's going to be to see this movie, what do you say?
Well, I think if they saw the first one and weren't bothered by the first, they won't be bothered in that regard for this.
Right. I agree with that.
There was one scene where I thought, okay, this is wokeness in action. And that was the Wicked Witch of the East scene, because the point in the play is that Nessa Rose wants to walk. And that's what she does. Like, she gives her the slippers and they make her walk. In this, that's ableism, so she can't want to not be in her wheelchair.
Right.
And that was when I was like, okay, they're doing stupid woke crap. That was the only part where I thought that it got overly woke. And I thought that, like, with the way the director has talked about that No Place Like Home song, I think it's supposed to be like a Trump's America kind of thing. But other than that, like, you have to really look for it, I think, to get that sense out of it.
Yeah, so I thought that this is a movie that is definitely not as good as the first one. Again, I give the first one 9 out of 10, despite the fact that these stars are difficult, right? They're difficult to root for because they've just been so strange. This movie feels very extended beyond what the story is giving us. And I'll tell you, I think there are going to be some people who are frustrated with this if they've watched The Wizard of Oz and they like The Wizard of Oz, and they've not read any of the books, and they don't care about the lore of Wicked. They just like The Wizard of Oz. And I think there's a large segment of the population that just likes The Wizard of Oz, and they're going to this, and they're thinking they're going to get member berries. And the characters from The Wizard of Oz that show up are disturbing. So,
and barely in it. Barely in it. Probably. Like, they're showing this in the trailer. They're showing like this scene in the trailer, and like these characters are barely in there.
The lion is, the Cowardly Lion is flat out traumatized. He is a traumatized character.
He's the PTSD lion.
The Tin Man
is so angry.
Is terrifying. Oh, yeah.
He's Frankenstein's monster. Like,
yeah, I think he's murderous. And Dorothy is presented as a nitwit dummy that we never see her face. Okay, and that's fine. They don't want to do the Judy Garland thing, and I get it. It's part of the Wicked thing. But she's a nitwit annoyance who is allowed to believe that she won when she didn't. And if you separate out from the people who know Wicked and have seen it and all that kind of stuff, I think there's a large segment of the population that if they go see this, they're going to say, I don't like that. I like The Wizard of Oz better. And this is very dark. It's a very dark movie. Okay? So any disagreements there?
Not at all. I said that the tone reminded, not quality wise, just the tone reminded me of like Revenge of the Sith almost.
Now, we're going through the things we didn't like, okay? And I don't want to trounce this movie. I don't want to make people think, that it's terrible. I don't think it is terrible. The one of the things that didn't work, though, and then we'll get into the good stuff. One of the things that definitely does not work is Cynthia Erivo with the boy toy, right? Michelle, who's the boy toy?
Chemistry.
What's his name?
Fiyero.
Fiyero. Okay. Fiyero, when the Wicked Witch and Fiyero, when Elphaba and Fiyero are together, it doesn't work. And we could come up with reasons that it doesn't work, and they would probably all be offensive, or people would assume that we're being offensive. So I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to tell you, it does not work. It is awkward. They're trying their best to present like they're romantic. And as Marvin said, she's wearing some sort of fur grandma coat, and it's all kinds of weird. It feels not romantic.
It feels like they are being dragged into that scene kicking and screaming. Like they do not want to do it.
Maybe they were.
Well, I think Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande wanted the love story to be Elphaba and Glinda, and that's not the story.
Right.
Like I have to give it to Cynthia Erivo because she did an amazing job of kind of channeling Ariana Grande in her performance when she steals another woman's husband. So I think she did some real method acting.
She was on the other side of the table, is what you're saying.
Yes.
By the way, here's she can't walk, so she floats, right? She levitates because
she floats for 5 seconds and then goes back to her wheelchair because there's nothing wrong with that. Like, oh, she's in a wheelchair and she doesn't want to get out of it. Like,
but like, I actually kind of laugh when she meets her end because like she was just so awful.
Well, and she's out in the middle of she's out in the middle of a typhoon in her wheelchair. So I mean, honestly, get inside, lady.
My friend said, in what other movie could you see a girl in a wheelchair get crushed to death by a house and not feel even the slightest bit of sympathy for her? Like, imagine now Dorothy getting out of the house and seeing like the legs coming out, but also like wheelchair pieces. Like, she's going to be so much more horrified that she crushed a person in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I literally laughed.
Me too.
All right, so let's talk about what worked. Okay, we'll start with Michelle. Michelle, it's not a bad movie. We just need to put that out. What works in this? What goes well?
Okay, what goes well is the hours worth of material they had from the Broadway play.
Bingo.
Besides some of the issues he's talking about with that one song, because that was a bit of a letdown. Though the song is still good. You still enjoy the song at the very least. It's just the
soundtrack
a lot better. So you enjoyed the hour that you knew was coming from the Broadway play, a scene that kind of come to life. The costume and set design was really pretty. So there's some really pretty eye candy for women to look at.
It's a movie. I mean, like, I don't know how much, I don't know the budget off the top of my head. I don't remember now. I don't know what the break even is. I should know that. We'll get into that over the weekend once we figure out what this thing's making. But it's obvious, like, corners were not cut. They spent whatever they needed to spend, they spent it on this movie.
Yeah.
So it's an extravaganza, just like the first one, but this one probably more so. This is actually probably bigger in terms of the scope and scale of the glamour of it all.
One last thing I will say that is a critique. Sorry to go back to critique. Wicked obviously is dramatic. It's a Broadway play, but I feel like the second half, like they took the drama up like multiple levels, and it was like to a ridiculous melodrama level.
It's kind of like Lord of the Rings. It's like Lord of the Rings, the musical. It's very
well, and all of a sudden she's an action hero. Like she's skateboarding on her on her broom and like pulling people up into the air with a whip. I'm like, when did she become a kung fu master?
Marvin, I don't know if you noticed. Every time that broom takes off, the bass inside the theater, man, I'm sure the other theater shook. I mean, they really. It's like a sonic boom every time she takes off. And then there's a scene where her sister in the wheelchair is angry and she slaps a desk. And when she slaps the desk, I'm telling you, it is like the hammer of Thor just dropped down. And I thought, I want that ability. I want the ability to slap a desk and thunder, just a thunderclap happens. Anyway, I thought, listen, the movie's good. It's worthwhile if you're a Wicked fan. It's worthwhile if you're a Wizard of Oz fan. And I don't think you're going to have necessarily a bad time, but it's very obvious. It's very obvious where the original is and where the extra fluff is. And there is a lot of extra fluff. And one of the problems I have with this is that when we get into the ending, it really is Lord of the Rings-esque, in that there is a very long, here's what happens to wrap up all these areas. Like, we get the finale. It's wicked, so there's not a big fight. There's not a big, that's not the way it works. And then we get into, all right, here's 30 more minutes of victory exposition. Oh, no.
I will say, I thought the best scene in the entire film was No Good Deed Goes Unpunished. She sings it very well. The only thing I didn't like is in every other version of it, it opens with her screaming Fiero's name.
Yes,
and because it's supposed to go from Glinda screaming it to in like horror to Elphaba screaming it in like a desperate rage. And the point of the song, it's like her emotional break. And I feel like, Michelle, it was like an intentional thing to not have her yell out his name. Like, I feel like they were almost trying to like distance her from him in that moment. I mean, she sings it fine. She's probably why are there balloons? She sings it in like, it's like the fourth best I've ever heard it sang, because I've seen it on Broadway 3 times and I've seen this. So she's the worst of the good singers I've heard do it, but still sang it good. The visuals are what sold that scene for me. The red lightning in the sky, the scenery, the monkeys lighting the torches, like that really, like that was the one scene that gave me goosebumps.
And I'll tell you this, I don't know what was going on with the production of this. There are some oddities with the actors, but it feels like everybody gave it everything they had. Yeah. From Jeff Goldblum to Ariana Grande to Cynthia Erivo, like everybody gave it everything. And as much as they weird me out when they're on the press tour, and as much as I probably disagree with them on a lot of things, I can't take anything away from either Cynthia Erivo or Ariana Grande. I still think Idina Menzel should have been the witch. They could have de-aged her, and I think it would have made more money. But I'm not taking away from Cynthia Erivo. I don't think she can do any better than she's doing. I think that every person in this, even to the point of, this is what was amazing to me at one point. I don't know if you two saw this. When they're singing the last song, I noticed that Ariana Grande was actually contorting her face, the way that she vocalizes with her mouth. She was actually protruding her lower jaw out farther in order to get the exact phoneme placements that Kristen Chenoweth has.
Yep.
To get that exactly. And when I saw that, I thought, my gosh, like they really did. As much as they may weird me out, they gave it everything, and I can't hold that against them.
Ariana Grande is a phenomenal mimic. But she's also a phenomenal singer. So I had no problems with her in this film at all. For Good didn't hit the emotional beat for me that it normally does when I see the stage version, mostly because I'm hyper aware of who these actresses are. And I'm just like, oh, it's just them being clingy with each other again. I will say I hated Jeff Goldblum in this.
It's just, okay.
Jeff Goldblum. I just can't.
So what I didn't like about that is that was like this whole big added scene, this whole big added song, where we're supposed to believe, at the end of the last half, he just convinced the world she's the witch. Like she shouldn't, and then she just comes and like they have like a group chat and do a song and dance, like they're just cool with each other again for a few minutes.
I get why you think it's an added song. It's actually in the play, but they changed it so much because so Wonderful is probably my second favorite song from the entire thing. It's a great character moment for the wizard, because it's just proof that, like, even though with all of this propaganda, he's like, oh no, I can take care of that. Like, I can, the most celebrated are the rehabilitated.
That was in it. Okay, I forgot about that one.
It is, but the thing is, Jeff Goldblum can't sing.
Right.
So they had to, Glinda is not in that song in the play. And so they had to shoehorn her in there so Ariana Grande could sing half the song for Jeff Goldblum.
And so he could sing it. I mean,
yes. And the other thing is Michelle Yeoh cannot hold a tune with handles. No. And if Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Yeoh can't sing, they should not be in a musical.
Yes.
It's Jeff Goldblum. I mean, he's just
but Kelsey Grammer would have Kelsey Grammer would have knocked that role out of the park.
Darn it, you're right. Kelsey Grammer would be a great. Darn it, that's now you're pulling
all I kept thinking when during Wonderful was like, how good would this be if Kelsey Grammer was singing, I will send you to heaven before I send you to hell.
So okay, let's get into what we think about this movie in terms of what are we going to score it, because a lot of people out there are going to decide what they're going to do. Do they go see this? Do they wait? Do they see Zootopia? And there's also the issue of the 2025 box office has been horrific.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're talking about the worst for periods of time since like the 80s, and that's not adjusting for inflation. So this has been bad, and theaters are at the edge of collapse. So many of your local theaters are trying not to go out of business right now, and the business of Wicked is to save them, at least for this weekend. So let's tackle it from that standpoint. How do we score it, and is it good enough, do you think, to do what it needs to do to save the box office until next year? Marvin, we'll start with you.
Okay. I would rate this probably out of 10. I'm going between a 5 and a 6, so I'm going to go 5.5.
All right, 5.5 out of 10. Michelle,
because half the movie was good, half the movie was fine.
The original.
Yeah.
What was in the Broadway play that's there is really good, and what's not takes a lot of work to get through.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Michelle, what say you?
I give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay, so 5.5 and a 6. And that leaves it up to me. What am I going to do with this one? I'm going to say, I'm going to come at this from somebody, because I've seen Wicked. I think I've seen Wicked once. I may have seen it twice, but I've seen Wicked once live. And I'm going to try to come to it as somebody who, I'm going to pretend to not have seen that. And how would I view this? And I'm trying to think too, because everybody's seen The Wizard of Oz, so you can't get away from that. Yeah. What are they going to think about it? And I think I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Okay.
I think I'm going to give it a 7.5 because, yeah.
Well, I was between a 6 and a 6.5, because there is a lot of good as far as two. I feel like if you're someone who really loves Wicked, I feel like you just have to go see it because there is stuff that you're going to enjoy.
Right. So that would make our official review score for this, folks, be a 6.3. That one, official review score for Wicked for Good is a 6.3 out of 10. Now, that is a far cry from the 9 out of 10. But is it still a good movie? And will it come back after the weekend? Because that's what it's going to do. Fine. It's going to do Bonanza at the box office this weekend. Zootopia is going to come out then. Does Wicked for Good make a comeback after it? Because for it to break even and for it to save the box office, it's got to have a strong run through the holidays. It's got to be one of those musicals like The Greatest Showman where all through Christmas people are going to see it. You guys think that's going to happen or no?
I don't know. I think it can definitely have a good opening weekend, and I think probably do well through Thanksgiving at the very least.
I think that this movie should have opened at least 2 weeks ago and had this big runway to Zootopia and Thanksgiving weekend, because I think Zootopia is going to siphon a lot of its box office away. So I think it's going to open very strong, but I think you're going to see a second weekend drop in the high 60s when Zootopia comes out.
I want to tell people too, you're going to see headlines that this movie has broken all kinds of records. And I just need you to understand what they're going to do is they're going to come out and they may do it within the next hours and claim that this is the biggest musical ever by far at the box office, beating its own record, yada, 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 yada. And they're going to say the first day, was the debut was the biggest we've ever seen. And they're not going to tell you that they're pulling in the Amazon Prime Monday or Tuesday. What day was that, Marvin?
I think it was Tuesday and possibly Wednesday also. But I mean, what they're going to say is it did this in previews.
So they're going to, and that's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, all rolled into a single giant announcement over the weekend. Yes. The problem is, if Zootopia comes in, and it all comes down to, is Zootopia woke or not? If Zootopia 2 is not woke, it's going to clear $1 billion, and it's going to be huge for Disney. If there's stuff in there that makes people not like it and they don't want to take their kids, you're going to have the same thing you saw with Lightyear and Strange World. The chasm that exists is massive for family films that go woke. But if Zootopia is not woke, and if it does what they're saying right now, this film's in trouble. And we need to pay attention to that. Don't fall for the headlines, ladies and gentlemen. Don't jump to it and say, oh my, Pro and the rest of the gang were wrong. It's doing so good. So long, guys. Your analysis is incorrect. because the second week is what's going to matter for this one.
I'm also pretty sure we've been saying all along this movie is going to make money.
It's going to make money.
I don't think we've ever said this is going to bomb. I do think it's going to have a pretty substantial drop off in the second weekend, though.
The question for this movie is, can it match the other one? And they've been saying that it's going to exceed it by far. But I'm not sure based on the cinema score results and the tracking, not sure about that. And if Zootopia comes and eats its lunch, then, if it lands at the 500 million, 600 million, it's not a success for them.
That's why I don't understand this release date, because there's been nothing for weeks.
No.
And you put this out because you're not putting it out on the Thanksgiving weekend, because that's got Zootopia written all over it. So why would you put it out the week before Zootopia?
Michelle, the great news is this is so successful, in terms of like how Hollywood perceives it, that maybe they'll just make Wicked 3 and be like, you know what? We just decided there was another act. We're going to bring her back. She's coming back to Oz, baby. And we're going to make it all up from scratch. Go to
I don't even think I wouldn't even go see it.
Yeah, probably not either. So now, but by the way, before anyone gets on us, like they're saying Stephen Schwartz, the original composer, did write the new songs like with Cynthia Erivo. I, for the life of me, don't believe it. I think that maybe he like approved them and signed his name on it, but they don't sound anything like Stephen Schwartz songs, and the new songs are entirely forgettable.
So if you had to ask, I think you can go see it, and you're going to get your money's worth, but it's not as good as the first. The first is by far the best.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it really is. I mean, the first one is one of the greatest musical movies of all time, really. And we said it during the review last year. This one, not so much. Yeah. I don't know that there's going to be a lot of people in the next coming years who are going to be like, marathon time, holidays, put on both the Wickeds.
If they would have, last thing I'll say before my brain shuts off for the evening, if they would have done what they did with Les Mis and just did 1 3-hour movie, I get why they did it financially, because it's just kind of like extra, basically. But had they just done 1 3-hour movie and kept to the Broadway play, it would have been we would have all been singing its praises for years to come of what an epic, fantastic rendition of the Broadway play this movie was.
And might have been a 10 out of 10, honestly.
Oh, it would have been a 10 out of 10 if yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And DL Fendel pointing out in the chat, by the way, that people are not going to go back and see this 2 or 3 times the way they did with the first one, because it's not fun.
It's very dark.
It's heavy. It's dark. It's emotional. Like people were crying in the theater during For Good. It's not the romp that the first one was. And
it again features that thing that drove down the box office for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, cruelty to animals, man. That you put that into a movie, and it is anathema to box office success. I don't know, though. I guess we'll see, folks. It needs to match the first one, 700 million to be a success. Will it do so? Well, we don't know, but we say it's a 6.3 out of 10. Folks, we don't even do shows normally on Thursdays at 10, and yet 600 of you have joined us across the Tickety Talks, the Instagrammies, and everywhere else we might be. We're happy to see each and every one of you out there. Don't forget, when we hit 10 Super Chats, we're going to unleash the brand new emoji, and it's all about Vash. It's all about Force of Light, though. That's where we want you to go to subscribe as fast as you can. Michelle, you got to skedaddle because you got real stuff to do, but tell the folks out there what it is you do on the YouTube before you go.
Yes, well, come check out my sister and I at Force Flight Entertainment, where we will have our Wicked review up tomorrow. And then also we do reactions. We just put out today our first time watching reaction of First Blood. And we've got some really fun ones coming out. So definitely go check us out at Force Flight Entertainment.
Fantastic. Folks, go over there today.
Michelle, I will say you guys are the only YouTube channel that I am that I don't appear on or peripherally for, that I bought merchandise for.
Oh, thank you.
Only one ever. I have a Force of Light when you guys did that Back to the Future shirt. Everyone should buy that. That's so cool.
It is a cool shirt. It's a really cool shirt. All right. Well, Michelle, you take care, and we're looking forward to seeing you real soon. If you've got a minute, let's see if there are super chats for you. Okay. Oh, there are. I thought there might be. Let's do this first, okay? From Packing Protons for $5. Michelle, do you know this guy, Packing Protons?
Yes, I do.
He's been around. Sent Michelle some good movie recommends on the Tweety.
Okay, I'll check it out.
he sends Michelle good movie recommends. He makes us watch Cats.
That's a good point. That's a great point. In fact, you know what? Before Michelle goes, the FTM 22 for 5 also says, at least we know that Wicked movies are done for good. Thank you for watching this movie on our behalf. Plays Wicked, Cats, Wicked, etc. belong on stage. Guys, we can tell you this was 100 times better than Cats.
Oh, God. If Cats is like the bar of what's bad, then this was, this was the most amazing thing that's ever happened.
Cats is unwatchable. I mean, it's not fair to make somebody watch Cats. It's in that level of it hurts to watch the movie. All right, Michelle, we'll let you go. That's the super chats we've got for you. But thank you again, Michelle, for being here. It would have been criminal if we had done a Wicked review as two straight guys. We'd have lost all credibility. So you have saved us tonight, and we appreciate you. Thank you, Michelle.
Well, happy to help out, and you guys have an awesome rest of your stream.
That's right. And Michelle, if we don't get to see you on stream before it happens, happy Turkey Day. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
All right. See you real soon. Bye. All right, folks, let's keep on going. Here's what we got. From iRate Specialist for $4.99. When are you going to force Wilton/Steve to watch one of these horrible movies?
Well, I mean, Wilton's a troll, so he'd probably act like he liked the horrible movie, which would then
favorite.
Yeah, which would just completely,
Right. It's like a masochist in Hades, You ever seen the Far Side comic where the devil's looking at the guy who's whistling and says, "We're just not getting through to that one." That would be Wilton. Thank you, Irate. And Mike D for 501. What is this? The Price is Right? Set the emoji free. Free the emoji. Freedom for the emoji. Emoji should be free. Freedom emoji.
Doing tags for a YouTube video?
Support freedom. Free the emoji. 5 more super chats. That's where it's at. And we will release the new emoji. Let's see. We got that one.
We did get that.
Going to Net Stealer for $5. Just remember, wait a minute. Net Stealer, is that a, no, it's got the NFL behind it. I thought for a minute that was Dead or Alive, the volleyball game from Team Ninja from back in the day, if you all remember that one. Net Stealer for $69 for $5. Just remember, all movies coming out this year and into next year are all because Hollywood thought Biden or Kamala would be president. Yes.
That's very true.
This year and next year, all the movies basically are triumphant dances on those they thought they had defeated, right? All you out there who voted for the Orange Man, they thought you were going to be totally in defeat and they were going to stick it to you. So that's why you're getting stuff like The Running Man, which the whole idea was, boy, we won. Let's really make sure that never happens again. And it doesn't go over well in a reality that didn't happen the way they thought it would. Barry the Music Man for $5. Make Marvin read. Zack Snyder's Justice League is... Oh, wait. Marvin, read it. Yeah, you got to read this. I'm sorry. Honestly, this should be a $10 super chat. 5 is far too low to force you to say something such as this.
Zack Snyder's Justice League is one of the...
Are you okay, Marvin?
Zack Snyder's Justice League is one of the best...
You went full retard, man.
Marvin, how's your esophagus? You seem to be a little queasy.
Let me try one more time. Zack Snyder's Justice League is one of the... It's derivative crap.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Garbage nonsense that goes on for 5 hours and nobody does it.
Can you just admit that Zack Snyder is your version of Culture Casino's Greenhouse?
I would rather be in. I would rather sit in Culture Casino's greenhouse and get a lecture about the kumquats than sit through that movie ever again.
I sent a link to Culture, and he's out there claiming Culture is claiming that because he's been in the hospital and been through some very difficult stuff, and he's working his way back up to things, he just can't make it tonight. He just got. Yeah. What's up with that guy? He needs to get his priorities straight. Don't you think so?
Could you first of all, do you remember in that horrible movie when Wonder Woman stops the terrorists from blowing up the museum by blowing up the museum herself?
It reminds me of Frozen 2 when Anna's solution to all the troubles of the world is to wipe out her entire town that she doesn't know the people have evacuated from.
Yeah.
Yay! That's great.
Come on, get the bear. Come on, get the bear. Come on, get the bear. Pepper buds and beans about care. Oh,
It is the next right thing, bro.
It is. John Maynor for $4.99. I guess I'll help with the emoji. John, you don't have to do that. You have been so helpful for so long. You are the man. You are the myth. You, sir, are the legend around this place. We know who brings the go-go to the radioactive hamsters and all of that. John, we'll play the clip, and we appreciate you. Truly, we mean it 100%. Can't find the clip. Jonas, what have you been doing? Where you moved John Maynor to?
When a pirate shares his treasure with you, know that it came at a cost, even from the likes of someone such as Captain John Maynor.
And we got a question. Marvin, I'm going to let you answer this one. Ellie Bird for $5. My favorite part is the scene after For Good. How do they handle Galinda witnessing Elphaba melting? Help me, I'm melting. What do they do, Marvin?
Much the same way they do it in the Broadway show, where it's just kind of a silhouette. It's a shadow that you're kind of seeing on, again, well, instead of seeing it on a sheet, in this one, you're seeing it on the wall. So yeah, it's handled very much the same way it's handled on stage, which I thought
they did Dorothy dirty, though, in this movie.
Well, I mean, they do her dirty in the play too. It's just there's just something about it where they don't want to have Dorothy as a character. I thought with them trying to stretch this into a full movie, we were going to get more Dorothy. We were going to have her be an actual character, but now they just decided they wanted to make a new forgettable songs for Cynthia and Ariana.
Listen, I'm fine with her not being a character and being kind of a silhouette, you know, that's off the screen most of the time. But somehow they did that and made her be insufferable.
Did you also notice that the curtains in her destroyed house were the same material as her dress? So I'm like, did Aunt Em make her dress out of the curtains?
Oh my. Maybe so. Maybe so. Snarky Distinct Nuggets out there. Snarky, give me 5 WDW Pro memberships. Snarky, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you being up late at night with us.
You know, my wife had never heard of Mr. Hanky before, ever. I was watching Mr. Hanky's Christmas Classics the other day. She was like, "Is that a piece of poop?" And I was like, "Do you not know Mr. Hanky?" And she was so revolted by the concept of it that, like, now it's all I do is talk about it.
Well, hello there, Marvin's wife. I am the true spirit of Christmas this year.
All day we're going, howdy ho ho, yum yum yum, Christmas time has come.
Let's see. I just realized that if I pitch myself up to Butters, it doesn't work. It actually, because I need to hit the falsetto with Mr. Hanky. So if I pitch up,
gee, y'all smell nice and flowery. Well, hey there, Cornwallis. Why don't you come up? No, still a little too low. I don't know.
Anyway, we get the Hanky right. We got to do it for Christmas, right? CP, for member for 6 months, says, what am I supposed to do for a special video? Well, what kind of special video, CP? You're going to have to let us know.
I think he means like one of the super chat videos.
Oh, how do you get your own clip?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if that's the question, after a while of seeing someone super chat or gift memberships quite a bit, we'll just, we've got a list of people, and we start working on getting a clip ready to go to celebrate those people. CP, we love you. And the @ sign makes it difficult. You may be somebody we know very well, but the @ sign might make it where we're like, who is that? So we're also struggling through that with YouTube. So, but eventually we're trying to work through making sure everybody who often gives and is kind knows that this is the place that remembers their name and never forgets them. And I'm gonna play one for somebody out there who hasn't super chatted, who hasn't done a gifted membership, nothing like that tonight. But I just want her to know that we're thinking of her and we're hoping she's doing well. Red Tigress, hope you're having a lovely night. We're thinking of you and hoping everything's going well. All right, Marvin, we're going to cover something real quick. We had not planned to do this, folks. We thought we were going to come in, get out, do a wicked review, and that's it. But guess what? There's breaking news, and we got to cover it. I know it's shocking that there could be breaking news at this time, but there is, and we'll show it to you. Let's begin. Folks, they've made a decision about the CEO, the woke Karen leader of Cracker Barrel, and she's not going to go. But other stuff is happening. Crazy stuff is happening, and Cracker Barrel is cratering. Folks, I'm worried about Cracker Barrel. Are you worried yet about Cracker Barrel? You should be worried about Cracker Barrel. This is not a giant restaurant chain. I mean, they have a lot of restaurants, but their total valuation that they had before all this stuff happened was like $1.4 billion. You say, that's big. Well, not when Disney's over 200 billion and not when Google's like 1.5 or 3.5 trillion. So this company has dropped 50, if we round up at the time of recording, 54% in 6 months. More than half of its value has disappeared under the leadership of current Cracker Barrel. Now let's talk about what just went down. Ariel Zilver has this out of the New York Post. Cracker Barrel shareholders axed the DEI specialist over the logo flap, but spare the CEO. And there's a reason for that. I'm going to explain it to you, okay? Because some of you out there are saying, why would shareholders, if they're down, more than half, if they've lost more than half their wealth, why is she still there? I'll explain it to you. It says Cracker Barrel shareholders voted to oust board member and DEI marketing executive Gilbert Davila in the wake of the branding crisis that wiped out hundreds of millions of dollars in value, but spared CEO Julie Fels Karen Messino. Inserted the Karen there for you. The binding vote capped months of turmoil, triggered by Messino's decision to replace the chain's well-known old-timer, that's Uncle Herschel, logo with a stripped-down design that ignited a political backlash, alienated core diners, and sent traffic and shares plunging. Again, more than half. We covered Disney when they dropped 7%, and it's a big deal. Cracker Barrel's down more than 50%. The revolt placed Messino and Davila squarely in the crosshairs of activist investors Sardar Beglari, the Steak and Shake guy. He's been coming after them, right? When ballots were tallied Thursday, only one of them paid the price, according to the Wall Street Journal. Cracker Barrel announced the majority of shareholders voted to keep Messino on the board. Now, why did they do that? Why did they keep her on the board? I've got the answer for you. To know, we need to go to Fox Business, okay? DEI consultant resigns from Cracker Barrel board after heated proxy fight. By that, they mean got kicked off. And then Cracker Barrel, here's the crazy thing, Marvin. Cracker Barrel did not replace this person on the board. They removed the board seat entirely to try to steady the ship. Yeah, under Messino. So this is really something. I'm going to go down here. Let's see here. Where? Okay, here's why she's still there. Here's why the CEO is still there. Two major proxy advisory firms, Institutional Shareholder Services and Glass Lewis, urged shareholders early this month to vote against one or more Cracker Barrel directors. They advised shareholders to vote against Davila, the DEI guy, but they also recommended not, right here, neither proxy firm recommended ousting the CEO. Why would they do that though, Marvin? Because mission accomplished, now they go for stability. There's no way that Cracker Barrel can continue to do what she wanted it to do. Mm-hmm. So she is now a figurehead CEO that basically Wall Street's going to control because she has no power. They're down 50%. What the goal was is get rid of the DEI guy and then stabilize the company, because if suddenly they don't have a CEO and they're already down 50%, major investors, and I'm not giving financial advice, but I think the major investors thought, and we're not talking about mom and pop, right? We're not talking about your auntie who owns a stock of Cracker Barrel because she played the peg game and really likes it. We're talking about big time shareholders. They, I believe, thought that if she went as well, this thing could have dropped 70%. And they're getting down to the point when the stock's down at $25.97, you're getting down low enough that it's freak out time. And so they're actually in a position where they might want her to be out, but they can't kick her out right now. It's going to have to be down the road a little bit. They got to stabilize. Your thoughts, Marvin?
I see the logic in that. Ousting a CEO would have caused the stock to plummet even further. It is, you want to talk about signs of instability. I mean, a complete change of leadership. Getting rid of the DEI guy was a symbolic gesture. And like you said, I don't think she's going to be able to institute any wide change again. She learned that people like what they like, and they went back to those things. And, hopefully those are, they're not going to try to reinvent the wheel again. Cracker Barrel was the epitome of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. And so the changes they've made, right? Because all her plans are gone. Mm-hmm. They're all gone. I mean, so, there's this funny thing about who's leading a company. If you are the leader in title, but everything you said to do has been reversed,
right?
I don't know if you're the leader anymore. You got the title. That's fancy, right? It's kind of like having a crown, But if you can't make any big decisions, if that's been handed off to everybody else, cool, you've got a crown. So that's what's going on with Cracker Barrel. Now, I do want to say that when it comes to the situation, the changes that have happened, I was alluding to this just a minute ago. They have ditched all of the redos of the restaurants. Those that were rebranded are going to get rebranded back at the cost, of double because they switched it. They're going to switch it back, kind of like Michael Scott in The Office. Snip, unsnip, unsnip. I can't keep doing this anymore.
Yeah,
the logo, all fixed, all changed back. And then one of the big deals is this woman, the CEO, this Karen CEO, came in and basically said, you know what? And I'm going to paraphrase here because I don't think she would say this publicly, but I think it's what they believed. These dummies, these rubes, these flyover country people, they'll eat day-old biscuits. They don't know the difference. They'll microwave the green beans. Who cares? People did care. They did notice. I'm sorry, your elderly patrons that you think don't have taste buds, they do. And so one of the changes that's so huge is they're going back to the original recipes. Everything must be cooked fresh. And all of that is what everybody wanted all along. So if Messino gets to stay, listen, if she gets ousted, she gets a golden umbrella or golden parachute anyway, right, Marvin?
Yeah,
she's getting money.
Yeah.
Now she's stuck at a company where everybody looks at her and goes, you're a moron. So how would you like to work at a place where everybody looks up at you and goes, moron?
She already had that when she was at Taco Bell. She is one of those CEOs that bounces from company to company and clearly hates being the CEO of the company that she's the CEO of.
Can you tell people about the Taco Bell thing? 'Cause some people don't know that she was the CEO of Taco Bell and really
she was. Yeah,
she set up badly as well.
Oh yeah, isn't she the one that she was just behind the remodel of Taco Bell, where they went from looking like like Mexican buildings to the white and purple streamlined appearance. She took away the Mexican pizza, which everyone hated. The fact that they took away that, right?
Well, you can't have Mexican pizza. It was offensive, right? It was just too darn offensive.
Right.
Turns out everybody likes Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's been bad at this. She's part of that same crowd though that keep doing these things. Martin, I don't know if you know this, but also who came in and did all the rebrand planning? Do you know which company did that?
Wasn't it the same company that I don't remember the name of them, but weren't they the Bud Light company?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel, this crazy lady who torched Taco Bell and got kicked out, then went to Cracker Barrel. This crazy lady brought in, she saw what happened at Bud Light and said, we'd like some of that, please.
Yeah.
I see what you did with Dylan. Come over here and kick off the Uncle Herschel logo and let's go with Cracker Barrel and see what you can do. And well, now we see what they can do at Cracker Barrel. By the way, this is not a video of Cracker Barrel, but it is a barrel.
It's Dollywood, isn't it?
It's Dollywood, and that's a barrel. Yeah. And that's as close as I can get right now to a Cracker Barrel B-roll. So there you go.
I remember that. I remember like seeing that barrel somewhere.
He remembers that barrel. It's a lovely barrel. It's a beautiful barrel, a scenic barrel, if you will. Marvin, all right. What's the solution here for Cracker Barrel? Because they have admitted defeat, it appears, but they have to get the stock back up. So what do you do if you're Cracker Barrel in 2026? They need to get this back up to at least 50, and it's a long way back to 50.
A whole lot of stay the course, a whole lot of stick to what's working. I think you have to offer some phenomenal deals to get people back in the door. You've got to make it one of the most affordable places to stop on your next road trip, especially when you're competing with Buc-ee's. Like I could stop there. I could fill up my gas tank and get barbecue and fudge and like all this other stuff. It's hard to compete with a roadside attraction like that. So they really have to lean into their core audience. They have to make things affordable, and they have to prove that the quality is not going to go down, because they have to try to win back the people that they lost, because I don't think they're going to be bringing people in that have never eaten at Cracker Barrel before.
Yeah, and that's something a lot of people don't know is they did not used to compete against Buc-ee's, because Buc-ee's didn't exist. Now they got Buc-ee's to go up against, and it's a real problem for them. They also were trying to force their way into the Northwest, the Pacific Northwest, and in California, and they decided to change the entire chain to do so, rather than just changing geographically there. That's got to stop. Hey, Cracker Barrel, if you're watching this video, listen, I know you probably don't like that we call your CEO Karen. I get it, but you dropped 50%, so you'll go where you can go to find out what you should do. My advice to you, I know the alcohol gives you some margins. Cut it out for like half the day at least. People are pulling off the interstate. They don't want to get buzzed and get back on the interstate. They can't do that. So bring back the beautiful lemonades and the giant frozen mugs that you had to kick out because you had to have space for the beer bottles instead. Get rid of the mimosas, and give the people what they want. They want those giant root beers and apple ciders and all that stuff. That's what the folks want. Give that to them. And I think you'll get a win for sure. It's not that you can't have alcohol anywhere. It's that Cracker Barrel is a get off the interstate and get back on it kind of place.
Yeah,
Doesn't work.
And you want it to be rustic, you want it to feel authentic, and you want it to feel Americana. That's going to be the key to bringing people back in the door, I think.
That's right. Go America, go Cracker Barrel, and go CEO. Maybe she'll be out the door pretty soon. But for now, for Stability Steak, she lives despite Steak and Shake. Ladies and gentle people of all varieties, we have the prize. 10 out of 10, we hit the super chat goal, and we can't say thank you enough. So what do we do instead? We put out a new emoji. It's the one you wanted. It's the one that's all about Vash. No, surely it can't be. About Vash? No, this is Christmas. How dare you all think we're talking about those kidney stones rattling around in our good friend Vash? Jingle, jingle, jingle is now an emoji. You voted for it. The members of the channel wanted jingle, 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 and now you have it.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Folks, so much fun. Unless you're Vash. All right, here come the super chats. Here we go, folks. Jill C has become a YouTube member. Happy to have you. And nice doggo.
Yeah.
We've got Honor Sharp for 5. We want emoji. You got emoji. You got emoji.
And that is our old friend Regina Sharp, who is a great supporter, both our channels. So
tremendous. And listen, for those of you who support all the channels that are in the orbit, man, you talk about, you all keep us going. You just don't even know. When the hard times hit on YouTube, when suddenly the recommendations go away, or when it's hip hip hooray, it's parades every day because we're everywhere, no matter the weather, you all keep us moving. And let me tell you, Somewhere Sunny USA, the studio that runs on those radioactive hamsters, we would not have went with that energy source had we known how expensive radioactive hamster pellets are. It's insanely. I mean, yeah, you think your steak prices have gone up? Go buy radioactive hamster food. It's nuts. Seriously. David Maddox for $4.99. As far as Wicked goes, I'd love, capital Love, to see the original Broadway show with Adina. But at least now I'm an advocate against helicopter discrimination.
you know what? I was with you about, like, they could have de-aged Adina, even though Adina, I think, currently looks younger than Cynthia Erivo. Then I saw the way they de-aged Jeff Goldblum at the end, and I was like, maybe it's for the best that they didn't de-age Adina.
No, because Adina, if they wouldn't have had to de-aged her very much, because they could have done it with the green makeup and skin and all that. It really would not have been a problem, but they chose not to. I think both movies would have broken $1 billion, and I'm not trying to be mean to Cynthia. Listen, she is strange in a lot of ways. We wish her well. We pray for her. We hope for the best for her. She's going to have a great career. She's done some odd stuff, choices I wouldn't make. But you know what? She gives it her everything in this movie, and I don't think she can do any better than she's doing. It's impressive.
Well, I mean, look, I feel like she's also kind of the nuclear option for when people are trying to quote unquote own the chuds,
Yes.
I think, like, we saw it with Jesus Christ Superstar when they made her Jesus, which was just ridiculous. But now they're saying that she's in talks with Marvel to play Storm. And you know what? At this point, we call this the Trishing point on Toonie Talk TV, because Trish hit that point with the Harry Potter thing where she was like, you know what? Make Cynthia Erivo Voldemort. Just do it. I don't care. It can't get any worse. I'm at the point where I'm like, make her Storm and make Ariana Grande Rogue and put them back out on the road together. Let Kevin Feige deal with that.
Marvin, did you see that culture was being harsh today to poor Sadie Sink? You didn't. He was being so harsh with her. He doesn't think that she's going to save Marvel or even be a big component of Marvel going forward. He's not on Team Sadie.
It depends on who she's playing. If she's playing Jean Grey, then she'll have a big role to play.
I think she's going to play Jean Grey. I mean, she's not going to be MJ.
No, they're not going to be like, here's the real Mary Jane after.
No, Zendaya would murder spree. Radasaurus is out there for 5. It's nice to know that this is a rare case of shareholders actually having brains and caring about the long-term health of a company. Well, we can't give financial advice and we can't read minds, but that seems to have been, I mean, it's almost explicitly stated by some of these huge advisory firms and what they're telling people to do. So,
if you were to ignore a 53% drop in your stock, I mean that at that point you're just being careless with shareholder funds. So, but at least they're not, being untruthful on SEC filings, right?
Allegedly. Let's see here. Snarky Distinct Nugget for 5 says Chuck Norris does not flush the toilet. He scares the crap out of it. You know, Snarky, Chuck Norris one time had a sponsorship with Charmin. They tried to name the toilet paper after him, but they had to drop it really soon thereafter because it turns out Chuck don't take crap from anything. You like that one?
I like that one. That's a good one.
I appreciate that. I got a million of them. I love the Chuck Norris jokes. They're great.
Have you seen the videos online where they turn them into a song?
I have not, but that is inspirational. We should do that. We should on Vacation Radio. We should release a Chuck Norris song.
Yeah, they take all like the Chuck Norris facts and they like string them together into an AI song. It's really funny.
Give me some of your favorites. What are some of your favorite Chuck Norris jokes?
When Chuck Norris does push-ups, he's not pushing himself up; he's pushing the earth down. That one might be my favorite. Chuck Norris once urinated into the gas tank of an 18-wheeler. That truck is now known as Optimus Prime. Just I have to refresh myself on a lot of them. But
Chuck Norris can slam a revolving door.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorites of all time.
The classic one is he doesn't sleep, he waits.
Superman wears Chuck Norris pajamas to bed.
Boogeyman.
Something. One of my favorite all-time moments on this channel, and I mean it. Like this is in the top 5. One of my favorite things that ever happened. We had Dean Kane on the channel. I had the chance to ask Dean Kane who would win in a fight, Superman or Chuck Norris. And Dean Kane said, Chuck Norris. I couldn't believe it. I said, oh, come on, Dean. You can't do that.
Did you see that Dean has a movie out? It's out. I think it's out on Amazon and Apple TV. I saw somebody post it, and it's like him like coaching a ragtag like girls soccer team. And I was like, hold on a second. Dean Kane made Soccer Mighty Ducks, and no one told me. Like, I have got to find that.
What we got to find out is it girls soccer Mighty Ducks, or is it girls soccer Remember the Titans? Remember the Titans. So
well, they're kids, so I'm assuming it's
okay.
Mighty Ducks, it's called Little Angels, and the tagline is they needed a coach, he needed a second chance.
Okay, that's a little too close to Mighty Ducks if it's Little Angels. I get that one. Rosita Klein is fine, has become a YouTube member, and Rosita, what a joy to have you be a part of the community. Welcome aboard. The water's fine here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a short one tonight because we've already done a live. And we just came out here to do the Wicked review. And then guess what? The Cracker Barrel stuff was breaking. We knew we had to bring it to you. We cannot wait to get back 4 more videos tomorrow, every single day. 4 are going out the door. We do it for you. We believe that entertainment really matters because it's the stories, the mythos, the legends that we cling to. It's what we teach our kids. It's what we watch on the TV. And it's where we imagine we might go one day. So that's what we'll continue to cover. They say politics is downstream of it. Marvin, what do you got to say?
I've got another Chuck Norris one for you that I just thought of.
All right.
Vash Sky's kidney stone refuses to come out because it's scared of Chuck Norris.
Oh my. Hey, how's this one, Marvin? When Chuck Norris was born, he drove his mother to the hospital. Many people don't know what C-section stands for. It was invented when Chuck Norris roundhouse kicked his way out into freedom.
Chuck Norris could spit on the ground and out will come better kumquats than culture casinos.
Some people write their name in the snow when they urinate. Chuck Norris does so on concrete.
Chuck Norris can curse in front of Jonas and not get yelled at.
Oh, that's the perfect one. And do you all know, real quick, we'll give you an insight on this. Do you all know why we're so cautious and maintain a PG atmosphere here? It's because we recognize that part of what we do here is that we're a safe place for you to have us playing in the background, whether you're at work or you're with the kids, maybe you've got a church friend around. We want to be known for that we're a place that you can have that on and you don't have to, rush over real quick because we're dropping F-bombs over and over. And then the other part of that is when we do have that happen, because we're dedicated to that brand identity and that safety for everybody who's listening, when that does happen, and you know, everybody slips up, the editors who get these clips ready after that, they've got to go find them exactly and get them bleeped. So that's why we don't want to send those poor guys. We want them to sleep. We don't want to have them bleeping everything all night long. It's a rough time.
But for the most part, when we all hang out in person, we don't really curse very much either when we're all hanging out and talking at Notice. So
except for Jonas. I mean, dude's like a sailor.
Yeah, no, like a trucker.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, Marvin, tell the folks out there where they can go to find more of you, sir.
Well, you can find me every single day over on thatparkplace.com and geeksandgamers.com, where we're writing articles every single day about all things movies and TV and video games and theme parks. But you can also find me on my channel, Tooneytown TV. Make sure you check out over there. We do a live stream every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to be doing a gaming stream starting in December on Wednesday nights. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. And for regular videos coming out during the week, now that I think I have a better handle on my schedule, I'm going to start doing regular videos again. So.
Now, here's what I need everybody to do for me, okay? I need to know where the redirect is going to go. And by the way, Vacation Radio and New Rock Radio are coming back up real soon. Universal Music Group was hitting a bunch of channels out there, and we decided we were going to check and make sure every single one of those songs clears copyright, because if it sounds like something that one of these giant music holders have, they're hitting channels. It's screwed up the algorithm on YouTube. And so we're going to bring back Vacation Radio and Prelude. We didn't have to remove a single song. Not a single one of them had a problem, but we just, that's why they'll be back. Folks, let's see. How about that umbrella guy? Is that okay for the redirect? Looks like, no, he's not live anymore. Folks, give me a recommendation. Where are we going to send everybody? We don't want to send everybody to just, be done for the night. Where should you go? Where should you go? Give me some recommendations and we'll find out. While we're deciding that, we got a couple more super chats that just came in. Let's see what they say. From J Light Lady. Good to see you out there for 5. Emoji. You know, when you say it like that, it kind of sounds like The Mummy. Emotep. Man, is it not cool that Brendan Fraser is going to be back doing that?
It is very cool.
So cool. And folks, if you've never seen the Roger Ebert review of The Mummy, the original, go back and read that review. It is so funny to see him admit it's not a good movie, and yet I love it, and you will too. And I agree. Snarky's back out there for 5. 7-time world karate champion. That's not joke. Chuck Norris is legit. Hey, he's the real deal.
Right.
No doubt about it. And like Suzanne Summers with the Thigh Master, he's the full gym kind of guy. What's the name of his gym thing that he sold?
Oh, was Bowflex?
He did Bowflex for a while, yeah.
Was it? Yeah.
I had a Bowflex. I think I still do have a Bowflex somewhere in storage.
Huh.
Yeah, they're not bad. I like them. The only problem is those the little bendy bars that you use for the tension. They get weaker.
Right.
Yeah. All right, folks. Let's see what our suggestions are. Total Gym. All right.
Total Gym.
Beardo and Cobra Cast is on right now. You all want me to give Jeremy even more success. I can't believe this. I can't believe we're going to do this. That guy, he won't let us win a single day. Let's see. We got it. Our Creators Live. Is he not accepting? He is not accepting redirects.
Really?
What? Jeremy forgot to click the button. All right. You know what, folks? We're not going to give you redirect. We'll send you to Relax Radio.
We'll send you to bed.
We'll send you to bed with Relax Radio. But if you still want more live stream, go to D-Day Cobra. Go check him out. Tell him Pro sent you, and tell Jeremy to make it where we can redirect next time. Crazy guy. All right, that's it for us, folks. It's time for BED, because we got a DAY on the way, and we plan to win it for you. Carpe diem, everybody. See you real soon. And let us know in the comments, are you going to go see Wicked now that you've heard the review?
The mainstream media just can't understand how it is we continue to do what we do. They don't realize that we are powered by you, and you are...
1.21 gigawatts! 1.21 gigawatts!
Folks, we've still got decades and decades left in the can. It drives the mainstream mad.
Would it make you feel any better if you knew that what we're asking Matt here to do is a holy thing?
You see, we're on a mission from God. We're on a mission from God.
Now you're gonna put me right back in the joint.
They're not gonna catch us. We're on a mission from God.
So, folks, as we always say, as we end each and every show here, and we mean it, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Every time they hit him, he stood back up again. So they hit him harder. Still, he got back to his feet. Standing man.